What's up, XRP Army? There's a lot of drama going down and a lot of jealousy, envy from different blockchains. I have a dedicated video about the H-bar situation, but let's talk about XRP because this post I think highlights some of the pain points and maybe the expectations that were not met by XRP Army. Now, for first full disclosure, guys, I do have XRP. It's one of my top holdings. I do love XRP. I do think that XRP has more pros than cons. I think it does have its narrative carved out. Good brand, good charismatic leadership, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz. So I am pro XRP, but I am impartial. I do know that there are problems, not just with the ledger, but many other networks too. It's okay. I mean, this is the con of speculative technology. And in the absence of clarity, with them leading with compliance first, I think that the future is going to be bright for XRP. With that disclosure out of the way, guys, hit the subscribe, hit the like, tweet links are in the description. Let's talk Turkey. The XRPL lacks all major DeFi features. It has clearly missed the DeFi train, and this for a very long time. It's really unbelievable. The XRPL and Ripple has been around for over 10 damn years. Top 10 project, 30 billion market cap, yet still no users, no developers, no partners, no investors, just a few retail morons who believe in riddles. So now let's put our thoughts aside in terms of emotions, guys. Let's try to unpack this. That is my goal with this, right? Kai saying, if you guys don't know who Kai is, he's a founder of many different projects, in particular Xpunks, metaverse stuff. And Kai did talk about migrating the Xpunks to Solana, noting that the builders and community are just super strong there. Let's check out his post. He says, it's sad to see, especially since there are many passionate builders here. Automated market makers flopped. As we saw, there was the bug. They recommended not to use it until it was fixed. Consensus was reached quickly, so thankfully, no problem. That's headed in the right direction. XLS20 has so many flaws. What's XLS20? This is related to NFTs, I believe. Still no monetization possible for DEX interfaces after more than 10 years. No smart contracts. The results, no users, no devs, no liquidity. Now, before we go into, this is not me trying to slam XRP. It's just we need to be open and see what is going on because these are not just nobodies, right? Kai is a guy who has had a lot of building. He's contributed to XRPL. These are not just people who are hating it. So we got to be careful, guys, of our idolatry. Not to fall victim of like, oh, everything's fine. But, we got to be somewhere in the middle. So I can understand what he's saying with no smart contracts, right? There is that Zahao network and, using Zahao, kind of a side chain, if you will, like going there for high risk appetite for amendments, building. But yeah, there's a lot of things I think didn't meet the people's expectation, right? AMM being one of them. So let's see what is going on with the sentiment here. I still cannot wrap my head around how NFTs were released and you could not send the NFT from one wallet to another. I mean, who designed that shit? Says Artur. Kai responds saying, the fact that you have to manually accept it is terrible. No split royalties. Just implement smart contracts and not limit every dev by creating protocol-based solutions that take a year to go live. And does this coincide with what I'm saying, guys? I've had enough of this stupid shit of like, okay, guys, you do it. You do it. We now know, we're hearing in spaces that I'm hearing that Brad is also reversing the wheels of like the whole no incentive is the best incentive. You know what's the best incentive? An incentive. This whole no incentive is the best incentive is some bullshit like psychology, like guru shit. Yeah, sure, when you're like working out, but no one's going to show up to their work, clock in, clock out and not get paid. They'll just leave, right? We're not here to volunteer all our time. And I find it ironic, this whole the best incentive is no incentive when we know there's operating costs, time is money, and it's like it's convenient for you guys to say that as you scooped up a huge amount of the supply. Let's continue going on here. AMM flopped? Laughing my ass off, Kai. It's been like 2 months. I get you're excited, but you expect things too quickly. Kai says a ton of protocols that launched from scratch managed to get 1 billion within the first week. To name two. One being Benki Finance. I'm not familiar with these. Avalanche. Another one, Ellipsis. Now, I understand what he's saying. I also understand what he's saying. I'm always trying to be impartial. It has been 2 months, so we do need to let this mature. With the influx of capital, this could grow quickly. It doesn't help with PR, with the kind of like fumbling of the drop, but nothing is always perfect in this life, right? XRPL, if the people come to police XRPL, there's been many other protocols that experience problems, bad press. But I also understand his point because XRP Ledger is not 2 months old. It's like a decade old. So too little, too late. AMM is building up just fine. XLS20 could do with improving, but isn't really any different to ERC 721. Monetization of a DEX interface. We have a few great interfaces already. Smart contracts are available via Zahao, Evernode was the shittiest airdrop ever. I sent 5 figures of XRP and I got like $1. You know what? I'm going to look at it right now. I'll tell you guys what whopping beautiful airdrop I got. Okay, let me open that Zaman wallet. These names are bogus. I got a whopping, what do I have here? Let me go to Zaman, the Zahao network. I got 60 Evernode tokens. That's from sending like thousands, tens of thousands of XRP. So false expectations, right? Like greedy expectations. And Zahao, part of it was created because of incentives, right? To be able to have like validator rewards, to have a model to make it feasible and viable. It seems like Ripple neither figured out feasibility, viability, or desirability. There's a lot of power incentives. Dialing back, I do believe AMM will grow well. I think that the stablecoin on XRP Ledger is really exciting me. Enterprise grade, monthly attestations, fiat-backed, American home. I'm very bullish on those things, but we can't neglect some of these pain points. And I like this thread a lot. I'll link it below because Kai always like, if people say something, he replies back in a civil way. And it gives us good dimension to see different angles, not just like, yeah, 589, 589, 589. AMM is not fine. XRP's market cap is 40 bill and TVL is not even 3 mil. Plus 2 bugs have been pushed. And the most important aspect of DeFi is missing, farming. Nobody cares about trading fees if there's no trading volume. That's true. You need incentives, goods and services. Yes, we have great interfaces for now, but they can't monetize it. They should be able to drive revenue to sustain their business. What do you need them for natively? Programmability. And I think this is some of the pain points. Some of the pain points he's alluding to is the result of the birth of Zahao. But, there was mutiny on Zahao. Then David Schwartz was like, let's get AMMs out. Gets AMMs, it's bugged. A lot of mutiny on the network, which does prove decentralization. The fact that there's that mutiny does prove that DeFi is real, but there's clearly gaps between retail, expectations, time, delivery. Overall, I'm still positive. I'm wondering what crypto Twitter estimates as annual costs, including associated employer outlay for a dev in crypto. Well, this is a really dumb question. What is this like straw man argument? Like, I don't understand this. What crypto Twitter estimates as annual costs? High? Hint, it's costly. Yeah, I agree with you. It's costly. Much gold. That's why it's so important for businesses to drive revenue. Without it, you can't build. It's a pattern on the XRPL that devs have jobs next to their XRPL-based projects to sustain themselves. The XRPL should host businesses, not side hustles. Guys, true words. Generating revenue is key, but it's tough, very tough, especially on XRPL. Sometimes I have the impression crypto Twitter assumes 100K provides a long financial runway. It doesn't in my country, not at all. I mean, 100K is a lot. There's big KOLs, I can tell you. David Gokhshtein being one of them. Call out to David G. David, stop simping. Stop deceiving. Stop pretending like you care about people's revenue when you're hiring video editors in Pakistan, graphic editors in Lithuania, and you're paying people penny on the dollar. Now, not to isolate on David G, but there's a lot of examples of this vanity arc on crypto Twitter where behind the scenes you think a media company or something are paying their people a lot, but truly they're undercutting people who are in developing nations, first world nations, and 100K, good luck. There's actually a lot I've been discovering about all the fake listings in crypto for jobs, just to funnel users. This space gets toxic very quickly, and I think that it's not all because of crypto. It's also because it's speculative early technology. But wrapping it up, guys, in short, is that generating revenue is tough, especially on the XRP ledger. And this assumption that, okay, we'll make 100K, no problem. That's tough. 6 figures? Who? Why would someone pay you 6 figures to build on a network that doesn't have much traffic in the first place, right? If you're lucky, that's the yearly salary for one dev. I think these guys are high on their own farts and they don't realize that their asks are big and crazy to begin with. They don't really think about the triangle of desirability, feasibility, viability. You have to go where there's people. I'll give you an analogy. Imagine if XRP Ledger was the city, right? And the product is a mechanic garage shop. If the city, you have two cities to choose to put your mechanic shop. Forget about the cost of rent. Just go with traffic and people. You have Miami or Antarctica. Which do you choose? You're going to go with Miami, right? Because there's no customers in Antarctica. You can make it beautiful, amazing bells and whistles, but there's no traffic. And that traffic is trade. Trade means more LP fees. More LP fees means liquidity providers are happy. And it's a positive flywheel of demand, volume, incentives, trading, mitigate slippage. Like, it's a positive flywheel. And I think that Ripple has dropped the ball on retail. That's okay. Because if you're at the end of the video here, it's okay. Because what is the future for XRP? I still think it's positive. I still think we're going to hit higher highs, higher lows. And that is mostly because of, I think, the enterprise aspect. I think it's going to be because of the stablecoin revolution that we see. I don't think that it's going to be because of retail. I think the retail stuff with XLS20, I don't think it was ever a smart move to deploy NFTs on XRPL. Maybe as a quick one and done type of thing, cool. But I don't think that the future is super optimistic in the short term for the retail stuff. I have my bets on the stablecoin. Don't know what they're going to name it. A lot of speculation. I have my bets on like ETF baskets, the geopolitical landscape of positioning Ripple as like Silicon Valley, American-based, stable coin in the United States that's fiat-backed, because that coincides with what Brad is saying. Listen to what he's saying of like this offshore, Tether, offshore. And we can also see that in the verbiage of the politicians. Oh, so-and-so is using your fiat, so-and-so is using Tether. A lot of war on Tether. And I think, this is my spicy take, I think XRPL is going to be a big, big name with their stablecoin coming to ETH and coming to XRP Ledger. What a fantastic choice to onboard and offboard. And it will coincide with Tether and coincide with Circle USDC. I see a lot of comments. You guys are like, oh, USDC, DPEG, oh, Tether. Guess what? You know what my take is? USDC these nuts, USDT these nuts, and USDX these nuts. Whatever the hell Brad decides that the ticker is going to be. So I know that there are pain points. These pain points are fair. They're justified. They're sensible. Let's continue, guys, to be objective and civil, because that's how we grow our networks, and we have to be able to be aware of our own blockages with like the NFTs and these things that get in the way. At the same time, I like this positivity. You know, like it has been 2 months. So let's not always compare apples to oranges. Not all networks are of the same caliber, and we have to be optimistic at the same time to wish them well for our bags and for the innovation in this space. So guys, I just wanted to share with you, some of the conversation going on. I think Kai is a very highly intellectual. He looks at things objectively rather than just fanboying, and I think that's important for us, right? Because if we could dial back time and you could have liquidated for Solana and buy it at $8, don't tell me you wouldn't have. I'm sure you would have done a little bit. At the end of the day, these projects don't care about our family, our home, our survival, if we're out on the street, if we're homeless. If you're homeless, your XRP ledger is not going to save you. You know what I'm saying? So look out for number one. Be impartial. Look at both sides and trade the narratives to your liking to preserve your best interest, your family. And above all, don't make Brad your master. Don't make David Schwartz your master. Don't make Kai your master. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. He is our master and will return one day again. All knees will bow to Jesus. I won't make this too religious, But guys, we need something more than money to give us meaning. I hear a lot of guys, I can hear it in their voice of like being unfulfilled with all the money they have. We can't take the ledger to the grave. So keep a positive mindset. You got this, fam. Keep your chin up. Stay focused. Stay persistent. Have delayed gratification. You do have faith when you're working out too, when you don't see the results immediately. And I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.